Good morning, everyone. This day after Mother's Day, I want to wish all those mothers out there happy belated Mother's Day, and thank you for all you do for all of us, being entrusted to bring souls into this world by God. We thank you. To whom we owe the most. I remember reading somewhere that we owe the most to those people who make us become what we can become. Whatever little knowledge we have acquired has been because of the knowledge, thoughts, and ideas that others before us have managed to piece together. We have taken them as our foundation and have built upon them. That has not been an unbroken upward movement by any means. There have been times in our history when the light has all but gone out for hundreds of years, and it could happen again. But we owe an incalculable debt to those tireless thinkers and researchers who have added increments of new information to the growing store of total knowledge. There are those who say, why bother with continuing education, continuing to study? Why learn all that, go to all that work, and bother just to carry it to the grave? But that isn't the way it works. We don't carry it to the grave. We pass it along, and often in a new and more enlightened form, sometimes even with a brand new idea that brightens the pathway ahead for those who follow. I'm sure we don't do it for such noble purposes. We do it, I suppose, because we're curious, because it seems to be a part of us to want to know all we can know during our brief turn at life. There is excitement in coming upon new information. It is for the seeker after knowledge what a gold strike is for the prospector. He wants to throw his hat in the air and dance for joy. Look what I found, he says as he passes it along to his family, his classroom, his readers. And so they find it too. They can enjoy and use it too, and in their turn pass it along. And one of them will take the new knowledge and, using it like a piece in a jigsaw puzzle, fit it into a larger picture so that it contributes to a wholly new idea, an idea that would have been incomplete and impossible without it. And then that new idea contributes to another, and so on, so that new pictures, bigger pictures, continue to emerge. From time to time there are setbacks. Ideas are not always good in the form in which they're produced. The discovery of dynamite by Noble was a boon to the construction industry, but it was also a new boom to the sound of war. We developed thinking, as birds developed wings, in order to survive in a hostile environment. Weak and vulnerable in a world of savage beasts, with the need to survive against competition more formidably armed than ourselves, we turned to the cerebral cortex, the thin layer of gray matter that covered the rudimentary brain. And it responded. It resounded so astonishingly that we were able to build a shuttle system to the moon and harness the power and heat of the sun. And it is still responding, growing every day more complex. Most of us never use 20% of our thinking equipment. Some say most idle along at 5%. If most people realized the fun and profit to be gained from a systematic prospecting of their minds, they would devote an hour or so a day to it, maybe more, but most don't know about it and seldom think from one year to the next. I think this is great in that, every idea that you have and every idea that you put to work, can be developed upon. You never know what's going to come of it. So, every day that goes on, you have an idea, share it, give it some power, give it some wings, use that imagination like we talked about the other day, and let those ideas flourish, because you never know how much you're going to change this world. And as it says at the beginning, or the title of this being, to whom we owe the most, I think we owe a lot to our mothers and our fathers. And so bless them and think of them on these beautiful days and the start of this new week. Think of those that have contributed to the world in which you live and the ease in which you live in it. All right. Be grateful for what we have, and be grateful for what we can produce and have in the future. You guys have an amazing Monday. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. This is Dr. Garrett. Bye now.